Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's topic is a financial habit that needs to be broken. We always speak about habits to build, discipline to inculcate, but to build something, we need to break down something that is not working. So let's understand which financial habit is costing us more and it's taking us our peace. And let's break it down today. And today I'm going to talk about a financial habit. It's not just costing money, it's costing peace because it comes in a loop. So the loop is the salary hits your bank account, you feel rich for another 3 days, you start spending money, there's a month end panic, guilt sets in, and then you'll say, okay, I'll build my financial discipline from next month. And this loop continues month after month, month after month, month after month. So in this video, we are going to talk about how to break this loop and how to create another loop that will put us in our growth path. Because the loop that currently we are in, it is causing a situation where confusion is solution का कुछ पता नहीं. But today is going to be the solution day where I'm going to share what is the solution that we need to adopt to break this financial loop. So first understand what is the real problem. The real problem is not the income. The real problem is that many people are in this loop and this is such a dangerous loop. Even if you are earning well, you feel broke. And it's because that it's becoming unmanageable. The expenses are becoming unmanageable. As majority of people whom I've seen are in this loop, they're not poor. They're just unmanaged. And the money is leaking through impulsive spending, through subscription, through food delivery, through lifestyle EMIs, through random deserved spending. Because it's not a money problem. The problem that is there in front of us, it's a pattern problem. And this needs to be broken down. And why it keeps repeating? Because the loop has an emotion built in it. There's an emotion of excitement after you get your salary. There's a stress and boredom which forces you to spend your money. There's a regret and guilt which puts you in a zone where you feel that by spending money you can overcome this regret and guilt feeling. There is hope-based planning. That once I hope my salary will increase, I hope I will invest money. The hope is not a strategy. And it's very important to break this loop because it has a lot of emotions linked to it. Because next month planning is mostly like a next year resolution. It's highly emotional, but it's very temporary. Now let's understand what is the habit loop. The typical habit loop is trigger, action, reward, and repeat. So here in this money loop, what are the triggers? The triggers are salary credit, stress, sale, boredom. These are all triggers. Action is the spending that you do once the trigger hits. Once the salary credit is there in your account, then you get into spending zone. Once there's a stress or once you get a notification of sale, you put yourself in a zone where you start browsing or you look for new things on sale and you spend. Or sometimes you just buy things because you feel bored doing nothing else. And the reward that you get is a dopamine hit or a comfort after spending or buying things. And it so happens that this loop gets strengthened month after month after month, because it keeps on repeating. And you go in the zone of guilt and you forget putting investment in place and then you again restart. The biggest thing is that you cannot break this loop with your willpower. You can break it by changing the triggers and the reward. Now let's understand how to break the trigger. So I'm going to share 5-step break it today plan so that you can You can work on the triggers, you can change the triggers that will help you to change the action and change the reward. So, first, create a salary day rule. Pay yourself first. On the day of your salary, before you do anything else, auto transfer. Small amount to your emergency fund, a small amount to investing or SIP. Even 5% is fine. But important is this habit of investing on your salary day. It will help you to break this loop. And this breaks at the start. The loop cannot break at the end. It has to break at the start. So make it a point that once you get a notification that salary is credited to your account, you have an auto transfer in place where the small amount is getting transferred to an emergency fund and to your monthly SIP account. Because if the money sits idle in your bank account, it develops lag. And then it walks to Amazon. And then, all amounts spent. So ensure that it's not sitting idle. You've given your money some task to do. Let it work for you. Let it earn more money for you. Step two is separate your spending money from your monthly income account. So when you have a separate spending account and a wallet, then you transfer your monthly spending account into that account. Your main account is protected. You can you can still spend, but you will spend it with boundaries. This will remove the illusion of infinite money that you already have in your bank account. So create a two separate bank account. One is for investing, one is for spending, and the one is the salary account. So in your salary account, you get your monthly salary, and whenever you want to spend, you transfer equivalent amount of that money into a separate account, which is your spending account. So there's a clear spending boundaries, and you know what are you spending on, how much are you spending, and for what purpose are you spending this money. Replace guilt with permission. This is a step three. Most people overspend because they feel restrictive, because they feel that they're not able to enjoy their money, and then they go in the zone of binge spending. So we need to understand this, that what is required here is that remove this restriction scarcity out of your system, and that is where the guilt will also go. And you can replace guilt with having a fun budget in place, which is a guilt free money. You have a which means every month you put X amount from your salary into a fund budget. And this fund budget you can spend only after your future bucket is funded. So what you do, you stop this guilt binge cycle, which means once the salary is credited, some portion of the amount is going to your emergency fund, some portion is going to your monthly SIP, and then whatever amount is left, from that you allocate small portion From that, you allocate small portion to the fund budget account. And this budget account, you will spend it the end of the month. You can also have a weekly fund budget account where you can spend that amount in that week. So by stopping restriction, and you also stop the impulse of binge spending, you break the guilt spending cycle, and you enjoy money that you earn, and you are free to spend and you have fun out of it. Because if you don't do this, it will so happen that you are on diet on Monday and Friday, and on Saturday and Sunday, you are on buffet and eating everything that is offered to you because you did not eat for 5 days. This is not only bad for your money, it is extremely bad for your health. So yeah, it's important to have a balance in spending pattern. So you are able to build your wealth and also ensure that there is no negative emotion attached when it comes to spending money. Point four is that kill one leak. So don't try to fix everything at once. It becomes extremely difficult. It's not possible. So ensure that you pick one leak and cut it by 300%. So by 30%. So pick one leak. It could be a food delivery. If you are ordering 7 days a week, can you cut it down to 6 days a week? If you are shopping every day while you are traveling for your work, Can you replace it with some learning habit? Are there any subscription that you are not using but still you have subscribed to them? Is it possible to cancel this subscription? Are you opting lot of Ola Uber services? Is there any alternative? Is that a way to go, or a public transport or a share cab or any other means that will help you to save your money? And how do you spend your weekend? Is it full of spending? And is there a way to change it? It's important that you redirect that money to Freedom Fund account. These small wins will create momentum and will help you to redirect your money leaks into a financial freedom fund. And I always have this 24-hour pause rule for impulsive buy. Impulsive buy are mostly mood-based buy. So if you add a rule that it's not essential, you will wait for 24 hours. Most impulse craving will die in 24 hours. This single rule can save lakhs of money. So ensure that you don't engage yourself into impulsive spending, because a lot of time it so happens that you buy things on an impulsive basis and maybe you don't like it after, or even when the product is delivered you don't feel like using that product. It's just an impulsive purchase that you made, or maybe you would use it for 1 or 2 days, or maybe few more days, but then you don't use it. So if you feel that there's a lot of habit around buying this product, then it's time for you to reflect and implement 24 hours rule for all such spending. Have this 15 minutes weekly check-in. So once a week, check your top 3 spends for this week. What are the subscription lists that you've subscribed to? What are the SIPs that you are running? And take one action. This keeps you from slipping back in the loop. This loop survives in silence. It dies with visibility. So bring it on the surface. What are your negative money habits? Where are your money leaks? And how can you put an end to these negative habits? Point 5 is guilt is not a discipline. So guilt feels like responsibility, but it's not. Guilt just makes you stressed, and stressed people spend more. Discipline comes from system and not shame. Guilt is like that girlfriend. Guilt is like that girlfriend will give you advice but will never help. Or guilt is like you're that friend who keeps on giving you advice but never has. So it's time to unfollow such people. Guilt-free spending is an emotional driven spending, and guilt-driven spending is an emotion-driven spending, and it really does not work. So it's best to keep emotion out from money and ensure that you have a proper system in place so you are able to build your financial wealth. So this financial money habit loop, it does not break next month. It will break today if you implement one of this small rule. Pay yourself first, separate spending, have fun budgeting days, cut one leak, and have 24-hour pause rule. If you know any of your friend who are struggling with building discipline around finances, share this video with him or her and let them derive benefit learning how to enjoy money. Let me know your views. What are your key learnings from this video and what were your biggest takeaway? At the same time, I would love to hear from you. What are your biggest trigger? Is the salary day your biggest trigger? Is the stress, boredom, or sale notification, or peer pressure? What is driving you to spend your money of emotionally and something on impulsive basis? If you have any such uh, factors that you're struggling and you would want me to help you, do drop me a comment or DM me. I am happy to guide you and support you in your journey. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll come back soon with more such videos.